where the virus is exponentially rising, and we are removing a lockdown. So it is pretty clear that the aim and the purpose of our lockdown has failed. What India is facing now in front of us is the result of a failed lockdown. Now, what we in the Congress party and a lot of people want to understand, and we do not want to do it harshly, aggressively, but we want to understand what the government's view is going forward. We want to understand what is their strategy. It is pretty clear that 4 stages of lockdown have not produced the result that the Prime Minister expected. Prime Minister and his entire advisory staff, including his top medical people, said that the disease would start to reduce towards the end of May. It's clear that the disease is not reducing, it is increasing. So we, with utmost respect, want to ask the Prime Minister and the government, now that we have a failed lockdown, what is their strategy going forward? What is their strategy as far as opening up India is concerned? What are the precautions that they're going to take to now curb this disease? How are they thinking about supporting our migrants? How are they thinking about supporting the state governments? How are they thinking about supporting small and medium businesses? We had great expectations. There was multiple press conferences about the package. Prime Minister said 10% of GDP. The reality is we have less than 1% of GDP being given, most of it in loans, hardly any cash giving to people. Congress party is running some states. We are giving cash to people. Directly, we are giving cash to farmers. We are giving cash to laborers. But we are not getting any support from the central government. And it is becoming extremely difficult for our states to function without adequate support from the central government. थोड़ा मैं हिंदी में बोल देता हूं. नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने कहा था कि 21 दिन में कोरोना की लड़ाई जीती जाएगी. 4 लॉकडाउन हो गए, तकरीबन 60 दिन हो गए. हिंदुस्तान पहला देश है जो बीमारी के बढ़ते वक्त लॉकडाउन बंद कर रहा है. चाहे वो जापान हो, चाहे वो कोरिया हो, चाहे वो जर्मनी हो, फ्रांस हो, सब के सब ने लॉकडाउन जब बंद किया जब बीमारी घटनी शुरू हुई थी. तो यह बात क्लियर है, स्पष्ट है कि हिंदुस्तान का लॉकडाउन फेल हुआ है. जो लक्ष्य नरेंद्र मोदी जी का था वो लक्ष्य पूरा नहीं हुआ. और अब हम बहुत इज्जत से, रिस्पेक्ट से, आदर से सरकार को और प्रधानमंत्री को पूछना चाहते हैं कि अब आपका प्लान बी क्या है. बीमारी 21 दिन में गायब नहीं हुई, बीमारी बढ़ रही है. आपकी स्ट्रैटेजी क्या है? लॉकडाउन को आप किस प्रकार से देखते हैं? इसको आप किस प्रकार से रिलीज करेंगे? जो हमारे मजदूर भाई बहन हैं उनकी आप कैसे मदद करोगे? जो हमारे जो छोटे स्मॉल एंड मीडियम बिजनेसेस हैं उनको उनकी आप मदद करना चाहते हो, नहीं करना चाहते हो, क्या प्लान है? तो ये सवाल हम सरकार से पूछना चाहते हैं. ये मैं कोई राजनीतिक पॉइंट स्कोर नहीं करना चाह रहा हूं. मुझे थोड़ी घबराहट है क्योंकि जो होना था वो नहीं हुआ है और देश को मालूम होना चाहिए, सच्चाई एक्सेप्ट करनी चाहिए कि हमें बताया गया था कि 21 दिन में बीमारी को हराया जाएगा. 60 दिन हुए हैं, बीमारी दौड़ती जा रही है, बढ़ती जा रही है. अस्पतालों से मेरी बात होती है, कहते हैं कि बीमारी बढ़ती जा रही है. आई डोंट वांट टू गो इनटू व्हाई द गवर्नमेंट इज फेल्ड, दैट इज इन द पास्ट. I don't want to sort of go into details about what could have been done, how it could have been done, who should have done it. I'm not interested. I am interested in right now. I am interested in what India is facing right now. And what we are facing right now is a failed lockdown, because the goal of the lockdown, as stated by the Prime Minister on national television, was that we will defeat the disease in 21 days. These are not my words, these are the words of the Prime Minister. Now, it is 1 lockdown, 2 lockdown, 3 lockdown, we're coming to the end of the 4th lockdown, and the disease profile is not reducing. So I'm just stating a simple fact that what we expected from the lockdown has not occurred. Disease profile is shooting up. In number of states, it is shooting up. What is the government thinking of doing going forward? The Congress party is in power in 3 or 4 states. We know what we are planning. We are very clear what has to be done in our states. We are giving money to poor people. We are giving food to poor people. We are managing the migrants. We are increasing our testing. We have a strategy. But states cannot function in a strategy without the national government. States are hamstrung if the national government is not behind states. So I have spoken to our chief ministers who have asked me to mention this. They have said that they are fighting a lonely battle and they are confident. They understand what has to be done. But what is the central government planning to do? That's the main question here. And that's again, we of course have a view. We put that view down. We said that injection of money is required. Aggressive movement on that front is required, but we were disappointed. But once again, I want to state, I do not want to get into the past that this is what the government did wrong, that's what they did wrong, no. I am interested in how we're going to deal with this problem going forward.